Okay.
I heard from her that in your presentation, you did not even talk about SIPA at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I am really not sure what is going on. Because what she has told me, like say your title, even your title and the thing is not matching. Like
Yeah,
whatever
because
the
last time I put inside is the cases, but I did not put the cases of between
you
the
didn't
SIPA
even
and the
you
method.
how come you didn't even define SIPA? Like I
Because I
mean like what
didn't put the cases.
no, why did you put the cases? I mean like your topic is SIPA for your presentation, you think you did it. How come you didn't even talk about SIPA?
I talked about SIPA, but she said they're only general because the contract and then the clauses.
Yeah, but she said that you didn't really talk about SIPA at all. So I was a bit shocked that, you didn't include SIPA.
But in the presentation, I talk about SIPA only maybe because I did not mention the cases. That's why Dr. Lee said that my what is it? My presentation very messy lah.
Yeah, very messy. I mean, it's
Yeah.
reflected in your work as well, lah. So, um, yeah, your work actually we can see that it's it got a bit better. That's why I passed you. But the level of messiness is still there, lah. I mean,
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I can improve on it, Prof.
yeah, now the question is, you are one of the weakest students that we have at the moment. Your grade is only CGPA of 3, just made it, and I think soil also you just got a B mine as well, only 60 marks. So CGPA of 3 is actually borderline, okay? So my question now to you is, would you want to, because if I allow, I mean, it's your choice. I mean, like, if you really want to do this in RP2, and then your things are still mess up, like, for example, research objective, where is your aim? You see, your aim is not there, and then, aim and objective, the aim is not there, and then the, for your background of studies is also, like, not there as well. So, like, let's say if I look at your literature review back again, okay,
Okay.
the overview, construction industry and the significance, okay, transaction, okay. I mean, like, the thing is, the messiness is like, the problem with the messiness is not like messy as in, you are putting things like, you are, messy. But then the thing is that your messiness is because of the feeling that I get is you don't understand. You don't even understand the basic concept of what is a contract. See? And transaction, importance of transaction cost, payment. Okay. So payment is this, and then, like, you see like payment, even the type of payment. You have got interim payment, advance payment, and then, like, this definition, also not well done. Advance payment, okay, and then you still put unit rate here. You see, do you know what is unit rate or not? Unit rate payment is not a type of payment. Unit rate is just a type of contract base. I mean, like, I've never seen this before. Like, why is the unit rate payment, a payment type? You see, and then what about final payment? Time ultimate payment. Also, you didn't put it in, and I'm not sure whether you even understand what is time ultimate payment and final payment. You see, so all these are typical payments. and then payment closes in standard form. Basically, if I remember correctly, you've only covered very briefly, you didn't even cover like all the closes, like you mentioned yes, PWD, CIDB and all that. So, but I didn't see you talking about any of the payment closes in any one of these things here.
The payment inside the PWD and the clauses, the IDB.
Yeah. You should be talking about that. Okay. So it
So I
means
have
that PWD is being, I mean, all the contract form is contract, okay? Contract form is
okay.
contract. So it's, you don't go and write a new contract on your own. So that's why people take standard form of contract, because that is like a one-size-fits-all t-shirt that all the construction project can use. And then they are written by authoritative bodies like PAM, like CIDB, like PWD. So every one of these contracts, they talk about payment closes. So what did PWD say about the payment closes? What happened to the 30 days of certification, 15 days of certification, the payment day and all that? Like, you didn't even talk about that at all, you know. So what is the problem here? I can't see from the literature review that you actually understand the topic. That's the problem, you see. So I'm like this part here, I would have expected 2.4, you see, it's a very big chapter. 2.4, payment closes, but you're not talking about payment closes based on clause 30 point, yeah, contract interim is like this, and then that's it. Oh, finish already. No, what did the payment clauses say about interim payment? What does the payment clauses say about payment days? How many days that you have to pay people? You know, I'm not asking you to study that. There is a lot of literature out there that talks about payment. That, you know, what is the procedures in PAM regarding payment? What is the procedures in PWD and their good and their bad? You know, PWD
Oh, okay,
203
Prof.
is a very, 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 very general standard forms that, you know, so many projects for so many years have been using PWD, and then yet you did not talk about that at all. So what I'm asking you to go and study the payment closes and write the payment closes here. I'm asking you to search for literature that talks about the payment closes, how effective these closes is, you know, what do they say here, you know, like, because if you don't put this as the foundation, as the background, how do you know that there's payment issues, you see? It's like,
Okay.
you know, the regulation, you don't even talk about it, and then you say, oh, there's a payment issue with delay. By delay, because all the clauses says that 45 days you have to pay people, for example. And so you pay people 60 days, that is the issue, you see.
Yes.
But you need to present to us what are just in PWD, PAM, and CIDB, these three forms, what do they say about payment? What is the procedures? How many days? And what is the you know, how are you supposed to do it? Contractor is supposed to submit claims, you see? And then after they submit the claim, what does SO supposed to do? You know, and then after that, what is the, you know, what does the other author says about the payment closes? Is it really bad? People is you know, like, does people meet this requirement? Is the procedures well stated and all that? There is many literature talking about PWD, talking about PAM, talking about CIDB form. So
CIDB.
yeah, you yourself put CIDB there, so you must talk about CIDB, but
Okay.
okay, so here nothing. You didn't talk about any of the clauses. What is the procedures? What is the deadline? What is the payment clauses in all the forms in the contract? And then, you know, like, it's a very shameful thing, you know. I feel very malu, you know, when I see this thesis, because you put 2.4 payment clauses in standard form, and then you give me 3 paragraphs, 1, 2, 3. That's it. Nothing, no information there. Okay, it's like I felt like, you know, like, what is wrong here? You know, it's like, have I not been telling you? Have I not been talking to you? Have I not been guiding you? It's like for you to write a thesis like this, you see. 2.4, you should be like 2.4.1 standard for PWD. What is in PWD? 2.2.4, 2.4.1, 2 is PEM form. What is PEM form? Close 30.3. PEM form contract says what? You see, it says that architect must certify the claim, contractor must submit the claim, and then the payment will come. What is the procedures? What is the good? What is the bad? What does other authors says about PEM form punya payment clauses? You did not talk about that at all. I mean, you have a big section, 2.4. You put it there. I don't know what it is for. I don't think you even know what it is for. Okay? And then you've got 2.5, quantum of payment. Quantum, do you know quantum is the amount of payment that you need to give people? Okay? So you put this quantum here. Okay, you want to put this quantum here. Wait down. Okay. You want to put this thing about quantum. Why do we want to know about quantum? You see? If you want to put the things that you put in the literature review must have some meaning. You see, you must lead towards something. It's not to book mulut cakap saja, and then in the end I ask you, what is this for? You don't know. You see, quantum. And when you talk about quantum, it's about amount of things, amount of money that you need to pay people. And then you talk about liquidation damage, you talk about termination, you talk about all these things. I don't understand. What is this for, you see? It's regarding quantum of payment. You're not talking about quantum of payment. You're not talking about quantum of payment. It can be in lump sum. It can be in BQ contract. Like remeasurement contract, whereby the quantum will be determined by remeasurement. Is what you should be talking about quantum here. And why do I want to put quantum? Why should we talk about quantum? Because for me, if I were to put the word quantum here, I want to show people that there is issues with underpayment. People are not paying me the amount that I'm supposed to be receiving. All these clauses here and the quantum here, you're supposed to talk about what is in the contract, what is in all these forms, so that you can tell us later that there is payment issues. People are not paying on time. The contract already say that you must pay within how many days. So there is a quantum of payment, in the clauses. I mean, in the contract, and yet the contractors are sometimes underpaid. They are not being paid according to the certificate, for example. All this is like, Macam, you lay a foundation for you to talk about upcoming issues. Okay. And now you suddenly talk about claim of payment. So this claim of payment is this. Because I'm really surprised that I can actually pass you, honestly speaking. So I mean, to me, this is really, really not in good shape, You see, like it's like you totally tak faham what is going on. Okay, so we talk about that, and then what claim? So are we talking about procedures, or are we talking about dispute? So where is your issues? Where is your issues? You jump, like you still jump. Okay, now you got payment issue. Why don't you talk about payment issues first? So after you lay the foundation in quantum, you lay the foundation in the clauses, in payment clauses in the different forms, then tell us what is the issue here. Okay? So all these issues, if it's not being handled properly, it will lead to what? It will lead to dispute, it will lead to claim. And then you talk about claims. You talk about claims first, and then you talk about dispute, and then dispute resolution, which is bringing in things like SIPA.
Okay.
Okay. So is it so difficult to understand here, So what do you want to do about it now?
Not difficult. Only that maybe I just mess it around here and there. up and down the this paper.
But this, I've already given you the framework, Go from one to one to one to one like that. And then all you need to do is go and find literature to fill up the forms, I mean, like
Yeah.
the whole framework is being given to you. Go and lay the foundation about what are the payment clauses within all the forms, and that is available in the everything that is related to payment, all the clauses, what is good about it, what is bad about it, what does the other author says about payment clauses in the different forms in quantum of the contract. If you don't write quantum because it's not a big deal, then you move in and talk about this contract has all these things, but we still have issues. And what is the issue? Issue is underpayment, delay payment. There's so many things, so many papers in the whole Malaysia, all over the world, talking about payment issues. And yet I'm getting this like this from you. Okay? Right. Then after that, you talk about payment issues. Then you say, okay, if payment issues are not being resolved, is there any way of resolving these issues? Yes. In the contract itself, there are the contractor can, make a big fuss, and then start to activate the claim procedures, or they can go into dispute. What is contract dispute? And then the dispute and claim, we can talk about it together. This is about problem solving. I am being wrong. I'm the contractor. I'm not being paid here. I'm being underpaid here. Where do I look for my help? My help is in the contract. So I will go to claim. I will go and make a claim and say that you have to pay me. You see? And that is the meaning of that word claim, not claim as in the procedures of claiming the incurring claim. That is two different things. When you are disputing something already, first you have to make a claim. Claim that I am right, you are wrong. A claim will state what is the claim. Go and ask about dispute claim. Read about dispute claim. You have to put out a case. The case is the claim. The claim here is I'm not being paid on time. I am not being paid at all. I'm not being paid with the amount that I have been certified. This is the claim. So I am making a claim, and the claim, if the other side says, no, this is not true, then we are in dispute, you see?
Yes.
And dispute needs to be resolved. Not jump straight away to SIPA. It has to be resolved within the project. And if it's not resolved within the project, then it will go to dispute resolution procedures, and adjudication is what is stated in most of the contract that we have seen recently. Is it stated in PWD? Is it stated in PAM? Is it stated in CIDB? Yes. If it's stated, then what is it about there? Asking you to go to dispute. I mean, like when dispute happen for your project, when a contractor or one party activate a claim here means they activate a case. They make a report. Something is wrong. Okay, that is the claim. What we talk about claim. And then you explain claim. What is claim? What is the procedures? And then if it's the other party disagree with the claim, then there is going to be dispute. So when the dispute comes in, how? Okay, so we resolve what does the contract say about the dispute? And then after that, we move into SIPA and talk about SIPA. And then we talk towards the end, we talk about how effective is SIPA in handling construction contract claims like this.
Okay.
Yeah. And then we talk about the effectiveness, like how do you study effectiveness, etc., etc. So how do you study effectiveness? You have to find studies that is regarding effectiveness. Yeah, so you have to find 5, 6, 7, studies that is talking about study of acts. Remember I told you have to find studies of that. So that is how you complete your literature review, And then if you get this flow all done nicely, you understand the topic. You can write chapter 1, you can write chapter 3 very clearly.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay, why don't we do this? You have until the 3rd of February You clean up according to what I say.
Okay, Prof. I try.
Okay? You clean up according to what I say. If you still can't clean up to the level that I'm satisfied with, there's only two choices here. Number one, either you change supervisor, because I really have no ability to keep on going through with this with you again and again and again. So you can follow somebody else and do RP1 on a topic that you are better with and not this topic. Okay, that is one way you can change. Okay, but that will actually affect. I mean, the RP2, RP1 mark is already there, given by me already. You can actually go and look for somebody to start RP1 all over again, you know, and then do to the satisfaction of the other person's supervision, okay? Or you stop, you know, if it's still so bad, you know, and then you still can't understand what I'm trying to get to you is, then we have to stop you from RP2, just concentrate on cleaning up for the next semester, chapter 1, 2, 3. Can you do that?
Okay, Prof.
Only two solutions here. Okay.
Okay.
So if you digest what I'm trying to get to you, then what's the point of us keep on communicating, correct or not?
Yeah, Prof.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So I already given you this framework step by step, section by section. If you still don't understand what I'm trying to say and still continue doing whatever you need to do like this, then I think we're not suitable for one another.
Okay.
You know what I want. So I already say from the part on significance of payment, the payment closes to the payment issues to the you know, making a claim, a contractual claim, which is part of dispute. So talk about dispute and claims together at that point, you know, and then after that, dispute and claim, we talk about claim here is not about payment claim that you claim money from the contractor claim money from the monthly thing, that interim thing, it's not like it's dispute. Like I said, again, I repeat, it's about case. You know, I'm a contractor, I felt like I'm being wrong, they're not following the contract, I raised a claim. When I raise the claim, I make a police report kind of feeling, you know.
Okay.
Okay.
Prof,
So
the other one is the quantum of payment. So should I take out of it or I have to improve on it?
you can combine that into payment clauses.
Payment clauses. Okay. The payment clauses including the clauses PWD, the form PWD, CIDB, and also another one is SIPA, right?
Huh?
The quantum payment I can combine with the form PWD, PAM, and also CIDB.
Yes.
Okay.
Payment clauses, it's the same thing. It's just the amount. The other one is about the procedures and the timeline and the deadline and all that.
Okay, Prof. I'm so sorry. Maybe I need to take time to do this thing. Prof.
Yeah. So it's either we decide now that you are going to take the next SAM to completely finish this up, including chapter 3, because after you've done the study of how to study act and, you know, how to study the effectiveness, that section of the literature review, if you finish that one up, you can do the chapter 3. Because if we move you into, to me if I move you into chapter RP2 now, it's going to be very pressured because you're going to have doing chapter 3 and chapter 4.
Chapter 5, 4
data collection. So how are you going to do data collection when you can't even get your literature right and your methodology right, you see?
Yes.
Yeah. So I also felt like because the CGPA is 3, you know, to me that is very low. That is borderline cases. So if next SEM
is 3 only, 3.0.
3.0, yes. CGPA of 3.0 in Unimas Masters is just making it, just made it. You only graduate with 3.0. But if next semester, tiba-tiba, some of the subject you drop to B mine, your CGPA will drop below 3 points. And when you drop below 3 points for 2 semesters continuously, you'll be gaga berhenti.
Okay.
Because 3 points is that you have no room to move, you know. So which means next time, the 3 subjects that you do, wastewater, project management, and also soil, soft soil, all these 3 subjects, none of it you can get a B minus, you know. You must get a B, at least a B, 65.
Okay.
Kalau you dapat any one of the subject B minus, your CGPA will drop below 3 already.
Okay, bro.
Okay, so I honestly suggest that you take a break from RP2. Okay, concentrate on that 3 subjects. Okay, concentrate on the 3 subjects to get good marks for that 3 subjects, like wastewater, project management, and also
Soft soil.
soft soil. And these 3 subjects are normally every year, all the students who do these 3 subjects has a very high rate of failures.
Prof, how about the
Out of the whole entire masters, okay, this February SEM punya subject has always the highest rate of failures. So can we do that, Erna?
Yes, bro. So I will do until 3rd February, right?
Do you want to decide now that we stop RP2 for now?
What?
We stop you from doing RP2 for now. Don't go and register for RP2 in February.
Okay. Okay, bro.
Oh, okay, never mind. If you still want to try, what you can do is give me something by the 3rd. If still macam ini kalang kabut, then we stop. Okay?
Okay. I try and
don't take RP2 because if RP2 is going to be so much tougher because you haven't even get your literature review sorted out. You have no way of writing a good methodology. So if your methodology is kalang kabut, how are you going to go and do data collection? You can't.
Yeah. That is correct.
Yeah. Okay. So do you want to confirm with me that you want to not do RP2 now, or you want to try until the 3rd? You let me know.
Right now, bro?
Yeah.
I try to tidy up until 3rd, and then after that, if this time like this, I will stop it.
Yeah, stop it. I mean, I'm not saying that stop it as in I don't take you. What I'm saying is that I don't take RP2. Wait until your September SEM to take, June SEM to take RP2. You see? So that you have one whole semester, you're not registered for RP2, then you continue to amend your RP1. Faham tak?
Faham.
Sure, faham. I'm not saying that I'm not taking you as a supervisor or student, or I'm not your supervisor or whatever. I'm saying that the choice now is I'm giving you is either you say, okay, I think I really need more time for me to clean up on my RP1. So then I confirm with you, Prof, that I'm not taking RP2 next semester now, or you are confirming with me later on after the 3rd of February. So you want to try. So you really want to focus on doing your RP1 to the level that I think is possible for you to do your RP2.
Okay, yeah. I'll still try until the 3rd February.
Okay, can. I respect that. So I respect your decision. So on the 3rd of February or 4th of February, you better send me a draft. We take a look. If it still doesn't look good, especially on the last part on previous studies, if still doesn't have anything over there that is substantial, then we will have to stop you from doing RP2 next sem. Because otherwise, you will have no way of writing a methodology and do data collection finish. Because if you get another B minus next semester, then your CGPA will just go already.
Okay.
Prof, regarding
the previous research also need to improve. The previous research one.
I need you to talk about the method, how people carry out the study.
Okay. How they do their method.
It's about how people do the study. Do they do interview? What do they do to study? What is the effectiveness? How do they study effectiveness?
Okay. And then including the questionnaire, right?
Questionnaire, I mean, some people use questionnaire, but I don't think it's
Hmm.
suitable for you to use questionnaire for this particular research lah.
Yeah.
Okay. You see, your previous research, you only have this. What is this? This is nothing. What is a technique? How does Abdul Rahman study? Where is the step? What is their parameters? How do they study?
Mm.
They
Okay.
use case study, but then what is how do they carry out the study? How do they carry out the analysis? All this is not. That's why when I look at this, I really want to tell you, previous studies,
Mm.
it would be like one study like this, you need to write about 2-3 pages,
Oh, okay.
Like you said that Lim and Lee analyze the effectiveness of SIPA. They discuss the SIPA as well. Then what? Where is their study method?
Okay, we're at the study method, the
Their study
questionnaire
method,
interview, right?
their parameters. If they're doing interview,
Mm.
what kind of questions are they asking? When they ask the questions, how many respondents are there? And when they ask the respondents, how do they completely understand, do the analysis? Semua tak ada.
Mm.
Okay. We need to know the parameters that they're using, the technique of study that they're using, and the technique of analysis that each and every one of the previous research they are doing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Prof.
All right. So you send to me on the third.
All right. Okay.
Okay. So you can move up now. I think I have another student coming in already. Yeah.
Oh,
So,
okay, okay, great, Prof.
all right. Do you have any other questions?
So far, no, Prof.
So we on the fourth, please, if you really want to move on to RP2, you better give me something that is reasonably decent. This is not decent, okay?
Okay. I will do. I will try.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much, Prof.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye-bye.
Okay, afternoon, Paul.
Hey, afternoon, Prof. How are you?
Yeah, I am a bit, like all my,
Frustrated.
very frustrated with all of my masters by research, by coursework student, okay, like you guys, all my
Yeah,
Meng students you guys are really giving me a headache,
understand.
like you missing for I don't know how long,
2 months.
case also no use,
Yeah,
this the other one doing RP1, you see her problem, and then Cherries is also another big huge problem for me. Is that none of you is giving me any peace of mind, okay? I mean, like, I hope your work today is going to be the one of the better ones, huh? All
yeah,
right, so you are going to be using, your approach is going to be using what? Quantitative, is it?
yeah.
But I don't see you say about quantitative here, leh. Like, so nobody write a thesis like this one. You see, we
Mm.
one section, one paragraph, big section, one paragraph. It's like, what is this? You see? So why can't you combine your research approach and your research philosophy? Okay. So if you want to have a big section, except for the general overview of the chapter, the section like 3.3 here. Like for example here, you want to write your research philosophy, then you should be talking about your research approach and your philosophy at the same time. I mean, like, what is the difference here? You see, like, your research, you don't even need to write a research philosophy if you really don't have a philosophy, put it this way, huh? So what I'm
Mm.
wanting here is for you to understand why the nature of your research is actually requiring a quantitative studies. So I don't see any words about quantitative studies. I don't see any, idea about you are just talking rubbish, it's like just talking like, like blah 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 blah. And then when I read it, it's like, what is this all about? You see? The
Mm.
purpose is your philosophy is basically supposed to be understanding what is the topic all about, and therefore this topic we are going to use what sort of approach, you see?
Mm.
Like when you have studies about trends, studies about patterns, studies about one or two variables, with one another, then we it's better off to use what sort of studies. This is what we are looking for here. For you to come out to finally to say to me that yes, I'm going to use the word quantitative. And in quantitative, there's many approach as well. There are many tools that you can use as well. For example, survey is one of them, you see.
Mm.
And quantitative, you can also use modeling, like some sort of like a study of like software, all these things are all more quantitative. When we talk about qualitative, it's more on case studies, it's more on interviews, it's more on trying to find out people's knowledge, and like Delphi, and then these sort of things are round table discussion. These sort of things, this sort of approach is actually better for studies that require you to dig the problem in depth. You see?
Yeah.
Right. So this bit here, can you just don't talk about billy bala, like give me all sorts of technical words and about research and all that. Just tell me what is your research all about and how many variables you have and why do you in the end decide to use, like what are you studying here? You're studying about trends, you see? You're talking about trends. You're studying about patterns, you're studying about impact, you see?
Mm-hmm.
All these words are telling us something. It's telling us that we are studying about philosophy. We are studying about general patterns of a group of people, for example, a very specific group of people,
Mm.
their behavior, and that. So what is the best approach here? Okay, so don't have 3.2 and 3.3 is like, it's a talk about positivity, philosophy with objectivity, systematic observations, blah, blah, blah. That's all this means. It means nothing, like, how is this related to your study? You see? You must align that. Okay, so these are all very, 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 that kind of thing, but the thing is, it must in the end tell us that a good thesis, it will tell us that why you choose this approach. Huh? So can we just
Mm.
combine these two sections together and in the end tell me that what you want to do is a quantitative approach, okay? And quantitative
Okay.
approach will require you to use what sort of tools, for example,
Mm.
okay? So then you hear suddenly descriptive research. Are we doing descriptive research here?
Mm. No.
No, then what descriptive research here, you see? So, okay, so is it, don't just have like one section, one section is big thing. Either you have got subsections like 3.4.1, 3.4.2, 3.4.3. Otherwise, you have a lot of paragraphs here. Okay.
Mm. Okay.
So this research design, research approach, research philosophy, try to talk about the nature of your research and match that with any literature that can tell us why you want to choose certain approach.
Mm.
Can we do that?
Yes. Yes, I try.
So then after that, research framework. Okay, this is your research framework. That's fine. Okay, so again, your research framework, you have got this data collection, determining a research preparation, and research question. So you are obviously choosing to do survey already, isn't it?
Yes.
But okay, you want to survey, and why you want to survey? This location is making me very, very frustrated. You know, it's like there you go, because I asked you to have research philosophy, you just go online and pick up all sorts of, words, throw it in, and then after that, all right, I don't care, I'm doing survey, you see. So I need you to prove to us, research is not like that. You need to prove to us that, because of my study is about this, about this, about this, I'm actually studying this pattern, I'm studying about the trends here, I'm studying about, the like how foreign labor is used and what causes, what kind of like resulting things, and all that. Generally, you are on to studies of patterns and behavior and all that. Okay. And with that kind of method, what sort of research approach is the best? So then you need to have literature. So there's qualitative approach. Go and read up on qualitative approach. What does qualitative approach usually use for? What is quantitative approach usually used for? And when you use quantitative approach, there people are usually studying. There's so many things about quantitative approach, about studying it with the perspective of statistics and all that. And that is what you want to do. You see, that actually fits your typo, the trends, implication, and causes, for example. This is all about patterns, you see. And therefore, we are going to select quantitative approach, and after so many quantitative, we also got a lot of tools, you see. So for all the data collection tools, the best is to use survey, a massive survey. And when we talk about survey, you need to worry about population studies. You need to worry about sample and population, and type of sampling. Are you going to use snowball sampling? Are you going to use selective sampling? Then after that, how do I analyze? Normally, with survey, you're using statistical approach, for example. This is what I mean when I talk about philosophy, design approach, research approach. So then after that, you talk about your research framework, which is something like this. So in your research framework, you are going to use direction with research. So from literature review, okay, the data collection. Okay, now you talk about random sampling. Why do you use random sampling? You see, so random sampling is basically throwing out to anybody and everybody out there. So are you sure that you can do that with anybody and everybody out there to answer your questionnaire? And why do you use 150? You see, why? Because you didn't go and understand what is survey. You see, what is the method of survey? What is the analysis? That is the issue. That is the problem. Then you straight away say, oh, my questionnaire is going to have section B, C, and D. I ask you, what is all this about? You see? So this is basically false statement. Like, yes, you said Sulaiman. Okay? So when you talk about trends, when you want to study about trends, okay? So trend in foreign labor. So how do you that is your variable. That is your independent, that is your parameters. You want to study trend. So when you want to study trend, so you must think about numbers. You want to think about what? The thing that is regarding trend. And then that trend will set you to tell you that this is the questions that I'm going to ask later. You cannot simply just put like, like under trend, government policy, economic condition, all these things, like, what does that got to do with trend, you see? So you are like, jumping, I'm asking questions, I'm going to study all these things, and then it's like nothing about how you design your questionnaire. Okay. So okay, you've got the direction, you've got this is the three things that you are studying, this is the aim and objective. So now what? I am going to use questionnaire survey. And in questionnaire survey, talk about data collection. There's two things here that when we talk about data collection. Number one, the research questions design. Where is that? It's not here. Okay. Number two, how you're going to collect the data. How it means sampling. So you didn't talk about what type of sampling that you want to do and why you choose that type of sampling and what is the population in the whole Malaysia, about foreign labor, about what grade A contractor got, grade B contractor got, or whatever. No direction at all here. So you just simply say that, okay, I'm going to use survey, I'm going to throw in these few questions, and then therefore, I'm going to pick 150 people. And then all of this is like no basis one. No basis, no explanation, no basis. So how to accept like that? Why you use simple random sampling? So are you going to be sampling every foreign workers in Malaysia? Are you sure? Studying the trend of using foreign labor in Malaysia, So shouldn't you be like going to contractors and see how many of the workforce is actually foreign labor instead of going around to the site and say, are you foreign labor? Are you foreign labor? Are you foreign labor? But you didn't properly define what is the work trend here, you see? The work implication here and what's the work impact here. So in terms of data collection, you have to, okay, so you determine the technique. You want to use quantitative and the tools is survey. So when you want to use survey, number one, how, where you're going to collect your data. Map your topic, So the sampling is, there's snowball sampling, there is random sampling, there is selective sampling. There's many sampling types out there. And there is many literature about sampling. So how come I don't see any here? Then you simply say, I use random sampling. Okay, so then if you okay, now after you determine the sampling method, so how many respondents are you going to find? There's no data here as well. You just simply put 150. So how can I ask you where you get your 150 from? Because 150 is a nice number. So who is your targeted people to study trend, to study implication, to study impact? Who is your target?
Management level.
Management level. So management level from where? From contractors, from client, from where? From government agency? You didn't say at all also. So you simply use random sampling and go and sample the labor on the construction website, is it? So you tell me that this makes sense to me. I'm already putting my standard very, very, very low. You know what I mean? I'm already putting myself super low already. But then it's like, I ask you now, does it even make sense to yourself for you to come up with something like that?
Yeah.
Okay, so the flow is very clear. So from research approach, for the nature, describe the nature of your studies, then you confirm you want to use quantitative and tools. What are the quantitative tools? Go and research on quantitative tools that are available. Okay, so now you say, okay, I've picked survey. Okay, it's suitable. Okay, so from there, survey, I need to know how am I from the research direction, from the research aim and objective. You study the trend, you study the implication, you study impact. So now, in order to do survey, whether you're going to use pieces of paper or Google form, I really don't care. Okay, what I care is who is your respondent. So in your data collection for survey, you must describe the methodology. Number one, who is your respondent? Who is your target population? And that target population, through a formula, you calculate if there is 5,000 contractors here, there is a formula to calculate that I have to have at least, let's say, 100 respondents. then this is you write your calculation. Out of my population, this is the characteristic of my population. This is the people that I am going to be talking to or surveying. And because there's so many of them out there, so what is representative of the population? The sample. So how do you calculate the sample? With the error of how many 95% standard deviation and all that is statistical. There's many formulas out there. Please don't tell me you cannot find it. Okay.
Yeah,
So
understand.
after that, you calculate, this is my sample. I'm going to go for the minimum to represent this sample of 50,000 contractor. I need to do 200. And because, the return rate can be very, very low, I better send out 300 first. Then that's why you say the sample is 300. So that in order for you to get back 50% or 25%. So then you determine this is your population, this is the characteristic of the population to study this thing, and then this is the sample, numbers, and all that. Because when if you do get number and you do the analysis, it represents the pattern for the entire population. It's the purpose, not simply put a number. Say 50, say 60, say 90, say 20 also can. Why not? Okay. So then move on to the next issue. So now you already know this is population, this is the characteristic of people that you're going to be surveying, this is the numbers that you'll be surveying, this is the questionnaire that you're going to be throwing out. Now the question is, what is the questionnaire? Where is your questionnaire design? When you want to study trend, what is the parameters of studying trend? So then from the parameters, you're going to ask questions, that is related to that parameters. So maybe one of the questions is, you want to study the numbers of the trend is in terms of numbers. Have there been an upward or downward trend of foreign labor? So then one of the questions, because of that numbers, maybe the question is, have your company engaged foreign laborers before in the past 5 years? You see? So this question is related to that parameters. Then when you do the analysis later, it can represent the work trend. So with the word impact, for example, impact, you can split up social, economics, safety, all these things. Also, that is your parameter. So each of these parameter, what kind of questions are you going to be asking so that you can actually study the impact of foreign labor? So you have a section of research questionnaire design. Then after that, from the questionnaire design, you've got like 50 questions, 3 sections and all that. Yes, we describe that because you've already studied that, you can write about that. So in the first one, I'm going to study trend, and when I study trend, I'm studying the numbers, I'm studying the engagement, I'm studying, what are you studying in terms of trend? Okay, then the question is asked to certain people. Okay, I mean, who your samples. So the samples fill up, then you study. Has there been an upward trend or downward trend? Then the next thing is data analysis. How are you going to analyze the data? So the statistical package or whatever. Are you going to use like SPSS to study? Are you going to use like RRI to studies? So you need to tell us what is a selected method of analysis to analyze the questionnaire every questions later. So in the end, if you follow through this, then your result will be meaningful. This is what I want to see, from this chapter. So by doing this like a CL, you didn't tell us how you want to do the analysis. No, none at all. Strongly agree, and all this is only data collection. So how are you going to analyze 1? How are you going to analyze 5? What is it going to do? Are you going to use RI? Are you going to use like alpha from that? Are you going to use regression studies? What is it that you're using here in order to tell us about that trend, that implication, and that causes? So basically, this is what I have to say. So you tell me you have finished your methodology?
No.
No, then how? You have to move on to RP3 next semesters.
Yeah.
We've already given you 12 weeks here, or more than 12 weeks, 3 months here, that you have basically not come up with anything at all. So how? You propose to me. I don't want to give you deadlines anymore.
I'll try to tidy up before Chinese New Year, then see how many I can do, then I resubmit for you to go through again. But this semester I need to finish up my
Okay.
course. Cause next semester I seems like won't be around Sarawak, so there's a quite need to arrange my times.
You only have this one subject left, you know. Only have this one subject left. I really don't know. I mean, like, if I were you, I would really, really put my heart to this and get it complete as soon as possible. This doesn't even require you to come and see me and all that. Just have to follow the deadline. When I ask you to submit something, please submit it. Don't just go and yeah me and then later on disappear, you know, and then don't even bother to reply messages, you see. It's that I want to tell you it's very easy one, you know. I don't have to go through all this, you know.
Understand.
You know, I could just say to you, okay, go and register your RP3, and then when I see your thesis at the end of the day, I say, okay, this is bullshit. I throw it away and just say you fail. Very simple. I don't have to take hey like this, you know, chasing you like this, you see.
I know. I understand.
Okay, so I don't know, you're gonna be around until Chinese New Year. So I think you have to put it into your mind just to get this completed, you know, like make sure that we have something decent, there's a way of you analyzing these things properly. Okay. Then I will also send you a thesis which is quite well done, but it is not on foreign labor. It's actually on some other things, but at least you can see how people actually write a decent methodology and how to do the analysis, you know, on surveys kind of thing.
Can. And another thing is, Prof, can I have this recorded video? I just can't remember that much of things. So if I got some doubts, then I can refer back that what you have been lectured just now.
Yes, I will give you this, no problem. Okay, so can you just I give you now, please take this very seriously. Okay, it's your last subject, okay, and then the credit hours is 6 credit hours. You know, you don't want to get a B minus. If you get a B minus 6 credit hours with your CGPA, your CGPA is not very high, you know. Your CGPA is only about 3.2 or 3.1 or something like that, right?
Can't remember already. Because
Yeah.
now I can't access into my uni account also.
No, you have to base it on your last sem, the final sem you did.
Yeah, I tried to log in and check, but can't log in my account already.
You can now, but then previously, if I remember correctly, you're only about 3.18 or maximum 3.2 only. So if you get a B minus, if you in the end get a B minus from me, you know, just to pass, you have a good chance because this is a 6 credit hours with a B minus. There's a good chance that you may not make it to 3. You know, that is my worry. So die, no matter what, your RP3 has to be 65. You know.
Yeah, understand.
For you to be very, very safe in passing and getting your degree, okay?
Yeah, correct.
So again, I'm giving you up to, like all my students, I'm giving you guys up to 3rd or 4th of February. You better send me a draft. Then if that draft has already gotten covering things that I've already asked you to cover, then you have to redo your survey completely, and that will take you about 4 or 5 weeks to do the survey, and then do the analysis, and then write the last 2 chapters. Understand now?
Yeah. Yeah, understand. Understand.
I mean, like you literally just wasted the whole semester. That I give you a break, you're supposed to clean this up, and up until today, it's not cleaned up. You see.
Yeah, my mistake, my mistake.
Okay, so can we just stop here, and then I give you up to the third. I will pass all the recording to everybody. This is the
Okay.
one stretch recording. What you need to do is just turn to the time that you came online, which is about 20 or 30 minutes into the into the recording. So then can you please go through what I need to go through, especially the part on sampling, on the question itself, and how to do the analysis. Because without these three things, you really, no matter how much I can accept it, in the end, you're not going to get the answer.
Understand. Yeah.
It's like you simply write also there must be a proof some way, see?
Correct.
Okay, so it's actually very clear. I mean, to me, it's very clear, and I hope this is clear to you. You just go from, your research methodology, your research approach to your research framework, and from the research framework is about determining the aim and objective. That one you already got it covered. But my problem is from research, the quantitative to the tools, which is survey, from survey to sampling to the research questionnaire design. Can you see the flow? Can you see the picture here? Okay. So you've got to
Yeah.
determine your sample size, your way of sampling, who you are sampling, okay? Who you are sampling, who is your respondents, very clearly, okay? Not just any amount from the site, that you ask me to fill up the questionnaire,
Yeah.
okay? Then after that, how do you study? I mean, what is the questions that you are asking to fulfill the word trend, to fulfill the word implications, and also impact?
The impact. Yeah.
Yeah. So these three things, you must have a basis for all your questions. So once that is sorted out, that is how you analyze, how you do, what tools are you using to analyze the questionnaire. Okay, and then that's it. Are you going to do ranking? Are you going to do, what is it that you are doing to actually analyze the questionnaire? So it's because even if I go and let you data collect, like with whatever questionnaire that you have, you also cannot analyze one. So in the end, the result is not meaningful.
Yeah.
I believe all these problems Dr. Lee also point out to you, during your whatever oral presentation the other day.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. So I was asking you, where did you get the data from? How did you get the data from? You answer.
Correct.
Right? So
Yeah.
fourth is the latest. Send me a copy because you need to register that week.
Yeah. And also the one that you say the sample of a senior one.
Yes, I will send you a sample here.
Yeah. Then okay, past few days I tried to register the course, but I open it up I still the register pages is like empty like that.
Not yet. Registration only starts on the 20 something of January or something like that.
Oh.
3rd of
Okay.
February.
I saw.
After Chinese New Year, call up UBS and ask them that you've already paid all your fees, but you
Yep.
still have one more subject to do. What is the
Yeah.
amount that you need to pay? Supposed to be you need to pay about 500 or 600 only.
For that RP3 subject.
Because RP3, your fee is paid already, but you haven't do RP3. So you cannot go and pay another time 6 credit hours. That is wrong, okay? So if you can't pay another 5,000 or 6,000 just to do RP3 because you've already paid your fee.
Yep.
Okay? So what you need to do is call up UBS and ask them, you tell them that you only haven't taken one subject, you've already paid all your fees, you need to pay the recurring fees.
Okay.
Maintenance and recurring fees. You tell them that the amount
Okay.
that should be given to you is 500 to 600, I think.
Okay.
So once you pay that, then you can go and register. As usual, you get a Ting
Yep.
and all
Yep.
that.
Yep. Yep. Okay.
But
Understand.
if they make a mistake and want to charge you for 6 credit hours, you have to let them know. It's not because you fail or anything, because you just can't go for pengajian, that's all.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. Understand.
So get your registration, no matter what, get your registration done. Okay, so we have to finish that semester. So it's a matter of, get through it nicely or get through it in a very bad state, but it's up to you now, huh?
Understand. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Not that I don't
Mm.
want to help you. You all are all my RP students are, I want you to be proud of the work that you have come up with, you see.
Understand. I understand.
Not just like kalang kabut, try to, weasel your way in and weasel your way out. Or what's the point? You don't learn a single thing, you see.
Yeah. Yeah. I understand.
Okay, so it's like, yeah, you can always do it the easy way, like close one eyes, because it's the final subject already, and then you can say, Dr. Ting just have to pass me only, I don't care, if your situation is 3.3, 3.4, maybe this one, I really have no choice, I pass you. But the problem is your CGPA is not very high, and this is 6 credit hours. When you cancel the 6 credit hours and divide again, now you may end up dropping to, less than 3, and that's it, you kaput.
Yeah.
So I would still think the best choice is you have to get at least a 65 for her.
Understand. Understand.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
Thanks, Prof.
So
Appreciate it very much.
let me process all this, and then after that, I really hope to see you graduate, because if you have already come so far, the last subject, I really don't want you to, like, here in a way, huh?
Yeah. Understand.
So it's up to you now. 我能够说的，我能够做的，我已经做了哈。I really don't know how else I can help you guys.
Yeah. 明白.
All right, huh?
Yeah. Thank you very much. Appreciate your hard work, Prof.
Yeah. So please, we appreciate you.
I apologize on those not reply your messages. I really inside the Ulu area. I have 2 months no line, whatever. Then I just come back from there.
Okay. Can. So yeah,
Yeah.
you proceed on the third or fourth. Give me something that is at least decent now.
Yeah. Understand. I try my best.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay. Hey, thanks, Prof. Thanks.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.
Hi, doctor. Sorry, I forgot.
Okay. You're here already, huh?
Yes.
So sorry, you can give me one minute, huh?
Okay.
Hey, hello, Cherries. Hello.
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, sorry, because I have some problems with there's a car that I sold, and then somebody had an accident, and then the insurance, something to do with the insurance. So I mean, like, just suddenly got a phone call. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Let's get on with our stuff.
Okay.
I've already seen your work and I've already given you a grade. Okay. I mean, like, generally that 65 marks is for me to say that, you have your literature review, and I mean, all the way down to your methodology is actually quite decent. I mean, like, it's acceptable. Okay. But I think you already know where your problem is because you have not done a proper data collection.
Yes,
And
yes.
that is the main issue now that we are facing, that your data collection is not done.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Hello?
yeah, I'm turning your thesis now. Okay,
Okay.
wait. Okay, so your methodology, okay? Your methodology, are you say you want to do comparative analysis, okay?
Yes.
So you are comparing what with what?
Comparing between the contract, the PAM and the JKR 75 and 203.
What is the purpose of comparison?
To compare the difference between the clause
So
for the EOT.
do I need to know? Do we need to know? Do we need to know the difference between the two of them? What is the value in knowing the difference between two of them? Anybody can read A and then read B, and then they will know that this is a two different forms. Of course, they're going to be different. So I mean, these comparative studies that you're proposing here it has no value at all.
Mm.
You're comparing one form to the other form doing a comparative studies. I find that is a bit hilarious,
Okay.
If you're saying that you want to compare, say, what was actually, said and what was actually done, then, to point out on the weaknesses of some of this form, that will probably make a bit more sense.
Mm.
So yeah, you're doing comparative studies, but like comparative studies between the two forms, why do you need to do comparative studies between forms? That is something that you have to answer me.
Mm.
It's so funny, that it has been around for so many years already, and then basically all the clauses that we have here in PAM and PAMA or PWDR or whatever has been studied at numerous times by different people, and now you're saying that you want to compare them, and then what is the original contribution? I mean, what is the contribution to knowledge here? What is it that you're doing that we already don't know? That is my question. So even if you arrive at, PAM is actually a little bit better, so what?
Mm.
That is not research, At least you have to contribute to some knowledge, right?
Yeah.
And then you're talking about methods of assessing EOT in each and every one of the standard form. Okay. So, okay, like I say, if you cannot answer me why you want to do a comparative studies between form to form, then basically it doesn't work, huh?
Mm.
All right. So then now what? What else are you looking at?
Case study.
No. What I mean is like, now how do we want to study this EOT method? So you're going to go for like form by form, and then find the effectiveness of each form or something like that. Would that be something that is what you're thinking? I mean, like, do you have a plan B? That's what I'm asking.
Actually, my plan B is for the opposite side, like case study, maybe like 10 case study or 10 case study, and then each case study to the delay by use the three form to compare, how to say,
Use one case study, apply 3 forms, is it?
yeah.
And what in the end will you be achieving from there? I mean, like, in the end, you'll be like, oh, if I apply this method, it will be a bit better or something like that.
Yeah, to compare like original, they use this contract and then maybe apply if follow the other two contract form, is it better?
Why do you die want to compare the 3 forms? That's the thing. I said, oh, you want to compare the 3 forms? There are 3 different forms. Has their own advantage and each have their own disadvantage and each have their own good and each don't have good. It's a matter of which project is suited to which form only. Why do you want to compare the 3 forms? The issue is not whether you're using case study or direct comparison. The issue is what you want to compare the 3 forms. Is there any way in the literature that tells you that comparing these 3 forms has some amazing effect or something like that? Why do you want to compare forms? This is the thing.
To assess which form is more effective in EOT application.
No, not me. I honestly think that is a waste of time, waste of research effort, waste of time. For every form, if you really search your literature, there is going to be literature talking about EOT in each and every one of the forms. I'm pretty sure there are literature that's already state this form is good, this form is not good, and all that. So why do we need to study the effectiveness of this form by comparing them with one another? Like I say, why are you comparing apple with orange and tell me that you like apple better? In the end, what's the point? When you're comparing, when there is an apple, when there's an orange, when there's a cherries all day, okay, it's a matter of who likes what. That's it. Do you get it or not?
Yeah.
Okay, so if let's say we don't do form comparison, there's no point of doing form comparison. The form has been around for like many years, at least for 10, 15 years. There is many literature about each and every one of this form. And there will be literature that talks about EOT within each and every one of this form. My concern is your topic is about and the method of assessing EOT. And now you're falling back into comparison. 你这是路越走越远了. You get what I mean? It's like getting more and more out of topic, you know.
Yeah.
Let's make life easy for everybody. Okay, I mean, I'm already very tired with the level of students that I'm getting not all these semesters from Meng. You know, with like I was expecting you to be a very, very good student, but end up, it's like I'm getting all these things. I don't know what, it's like it's giving me a lot of high blood pressure here, which I do not want anymore. Okay. Can you please write this properly and then write saying that you want to study the forms, the EOT. I mean, like studying EOT in the form and the effectiveness of all these forms on EOT. Okay, meaning that you take the form, find the parameters of study, meaning that there will be, like your parameters of study is not what instruction, possession, or site. This is not what you study for the assessment of EOT, okay?
Uh,
That is complete rubbish, okay? I mean, I really don't want to use this word so rude, but this is really complete rubbish. Parameters of a form study, you should be looking at what? You should be looking at the wordings, the language, the procedures. What else? Is the parameters of form studies here. You should be looking at parameters in that kind of thing. And this is nothing related to study of EOT. Nothing. This can only tell you that these clauses are maybe related to EOT. Not parameters of studies. You don't even know what is, you haven't even gotten what is the parameters, the word parameters correctly, When you want to study something, okay, if I want to study if this bottle is a good bottle, what is the parameters? The parameters is maybe the measurement, the height, the volume. That is what we call parameters. Okay? Whether this thing looks good, not aesthetic, that is the parameters. The parameters is not the cap, the body, the hanger. That is not a parameter. Those are the components of things that you want to study.
mm-hmm.
You faham this point or not?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, can you go and study, when you want to study clauses in the form, what kind of parameters are they? I think language is definitely one of them. The completeness of the clauses is definitely one of them. Okay. And whether the clauses has procedures, it's a very clear procedures to do certain things about roles and responsibilities is also one of them. So there are a lot of parameters when you want to study clauses in a form. What is your rulers? Okay?
Okay.
All right. So then when you establish those rulers, yes, one of the study that you should be doing is to study the form against that ruler. So when we want to study EOT clauses, okay, so we have to study if with respect to completeness, is the form complete? I mean, is those clauses complete? Does this form comes with procedures? Okay.
Okay.
So then this is how you study the EOT clauses. Then after that, you need to, if you want to do comparative studies, look at the application of this form in real life. Because when you do the form studies, it's actually your own, is that there is a research element, is like the analysis that the person studying is doing. So you want to verify this data with real life cases. So at least you have to go and take, a project that use PAM form, a project that use PWV form, and a project that use, what else are you looking at? Is it PAM and PWV only?
PWD got 275 and 203.
Okay, so for the forms, you go and take a case study. Okay, when you take a case study, you take this case study and see, go and take 3 delays or 4 or 5 delays in that one case study and see how was that study, how was it assessed? How was the EOT assessed? Okay, and then you compare with whatever your own analysis is. And then we can make some form of conclusion saying that, yes, when you say that TAM form is missing some procedures, then you see in the real life cases, they could not carry out the EOT assessments well because there wasn't any procedures, for example.
Mm.
So do you agree with this? Is it doable for you?
Yes.
Okay, so I think you need to rewrite this bit on parameters. Okay, these
Mm-hmm.
are components, these are the clauses that you may need to study. But these are definitely not the parameters of a form study.
Mm.
Right, so this one needs to change, okay?
Okay.
Can you see the thing here now?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so all this literature, it should not be appearing in your methodology anymore. Okay?
Okay.
So these parameters here, you can refer to literature, say, okay, this literature say that if you want to do study of forms, you need to study this. These are the parameters that you need to study.
Mm.
Again, remind components and parameters. Components are the clauses. What are the clauses that you need to study? Is different from what are the parameters of study. Okay, and then when you say the parameters of studies, what is the measurement of each parameters? What is it that you have to do to say, oh, this is enough or not enough? This is good or not good? So, for example, if one of your parameters is language, okay, then the language is number one. What are the sub-parameters for language? Number one, easy to understand.
Mm.
Okay, grammar or something like that. So then how do you measure easy to understand? It cannot be you, Terry. I read my English is very, I can understand. You can't understand, it's your problem. Okay, so easy to understand would probably have some measurement about the numbers of legal words in there. So then when you do your form studies, you need to go and calculate those words. How many of them? If it's over 10, it's very difficult to understand. If it's just one or two, is hard. I mean, it's easy to. It's considered easy to understand. What is the measurement? What is the ruler? Is that? Are you? Like, do you understand what I'm trying to say here? I'm giving you an example already.
I'm writing down. Mm.
It's just like when I see your chapter 4, it's absolutely crazy. I mean, like, you're just like saying, oh, clear timelines. Like, oh, this one, okay, clear timeline given. So what do you mean? Like, what is your finding? What is your finding based on? We provide mechanism. So if your ruler is yes or no, then this is yes.
Mm.
But when you talk about your finding, right, it really scares me, because there's nothing there is no ruler here, There is basically like 你说了算这样子的嘛。It's like you flip the form. Oh, I said no good. It's as good as that. You get what I mean?
Understand.
So let's say suspension. Okay, so this is one of the clause. This is not your parameters. Okay, so suspension in this form, this form, this one, these are the 4 clauses. Yes, you pick it up already. Okay, so we have done some work here. Then now, if I want to measure this clause against what parameters? Are we measuring it against language? Are we measuring it against procedures? Are we measuring it against completeness? So you do not have that parameters. You understand or not, Terry?
Understand.
And then from the parameters, you do not have a method of analysis.
Method of analysis.
if 我要 measure 一个东西的长短 ，OK， 我一定要有一把尺。那把尺会告诉我说，如果多过15公分，它是叫做长；它如果这个是less than 15公分，它是叫做短。你才能够 make 这个 decision of 这个东西是长还是短，对吗？不然的话，它全部都是你个人的意见。You understand or not？ 你的个人意见我们不 care。他也不能够 give anybody any contribution because that is only your opinion. It's just like I say I like durian, you say you don't like durian. Then in the end, it does not make durian more popular. It does not make durian any less popular. We are back to square one. Okay, so now what I need you to do is go and get your clauses. Yes, you want to study all these clauses, that's fine. We leave it here, but go and get your parameters out first.
Okay.
And then get the analysis of the parameters done also. And that analysis of the parameters is just not you who say that, oh yeah, 15公分是长，15公分是短, okay? It has to be from some literature. When we measure something is complete, when we measure the legality of the clauses, we want to calculate words. We want to see whether they use appropriate words, and usually we will go by numbers, we will go by jargon. That the specific literature has this, okay? You have to go and search for that, and then put it in there, say that this is my parameter, this is my ruler. And then you, Cherries, take that ruler, take that parameters, you make a conclusion. Okay, so from 10, this is good, this is not good, this is complete, this is equal, this is easy to understand. Okay?
Okay.
And after that, go and take a case study at a delay and how the delay was assessed. And then you come back and tell us that, you see, I say this is not clear. You look at this project, this happened. Or you can use interview to verify your findings. So meaning that whatever your finding is, you can ask, let's say one form, you interview 3 people. And you say, okay, I find that this clause is incomplete. What do you think? And then that person can give you his opinion. And that is what we call qualitative survey. And then you need to pick up the keywords from every one of these components. I mean, everyone, you interview 3, let's say, and these 3 will be able to tell you that, what are the keywords that keep on repeating. We call it thematic studies. And then you can say that, okay, from these keywords here, it verifies my finding. Then 你的这个才是算是一个很基本的 research. So are we very clear now?
Yeah.
我给你这个方案了 okay? I mean, like, I'm actually doing your job for you. All along, you're supposed to be telling me what you want to do. But now I'm telling you, no hope already, okay? Okay, so I'm telling you what to do. So now my question to you, 你做得到吗？
可以。可以。
可以哈。So can we have until 3rd or 4th for you to submit to me a copy of your methodology, and then after Chinese New Year, you have to go back and collect your data. Which means 你的 Chapter 4现在根本就是报废的 ，OK? We cannot accept this.
Okay.
Okay, so I think better that way is by 4th or 5th or by 3rd or 5th, because there's 2 ways now. 因为你 next sem you still have 1 subject to do, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so it's like supposed to be, if you register for RP3, there should not be too much of the issue, because you've only got 1 more subject to go, correct now?
Yeah.
不过你还是如果这个做了不伦不类的哈， that means I have to stop you from taking RP3. That means you will have to stay until June. That means you have to stay until next year. I mean, 2025 October semester. No, June semester. Just to do your RP3. 我怎么样？你自己选啊，你要怎么样？
想一下。
你要给我一个 commitment， 我现在是很有信心，我要把这个东西by 3号、4号，我能够做得到。At least you get your parameters all set up. At least you've already done 1 form punya analysis based on your own analysis method and your own analysis method plus your form study. I cannot chasing you guys, like this, and it's like, in the end, you just give me whatever you want. 你们这些学生就是想在不 like career pass 你们这样子你知道吗？ So my question is, if you really want to continue your RP3 in February semester, I've got to see my condition here. I'm giving you very clear. I've got to see you completely design your parameters and the method of analysis of your form study.
Okay.
By the 3rd or 4th.
Okay.
Okay. Whether you are busy with Chinese New Year, or whether you're busy with your work, honestly speaking, I can be very cruel to say it's none of my business. Because it's your study, not my study. My job is to, in the end, pass you or fail you. That's all. Okay. As a supervisor, I'm already coming up to a point that I'm giving you a solution already. So if you still want to ding dong like this and don't want to get on with it, there's nothing I can do to help you anymore. Right? Plenty of form studies out there. Plenty of people have done form studies. Plenty of people have set up parameters. Plenty of people has already done the rulers.
Okay.
What you need to do is go and find those literature and then take every one of them, the parameters that you are very comfortable with, pick at least 3 to 5, and then study the form, study all these clauses that you've already put in here against those parameters, okay, and have some findings. And then when the semester starts, I need you to go and do either interview or you can do case studies.
Okay.
Okay? Because 你如果没你这样子的 research 啊，你没有去 verify 你的 data 哈，你会死得很惨的。OK。
好。
就是因为你 form study 是一个很个人的东西来的，它变成是一个很 subjective 的东西去，如果你不做好， so that is why we need to turn your subjectivity into objective. And that is the only way to do this is to verify those data against projects.
Okay.
So either you go and have 3 interviews for each and every one on the form, or you have to have a case studies, but within the case studies, you may need to study 3 delays. Okay, then we can verify that whatever that you have mentioned in your form studies actually tally with whatever that is happening in the industry. And therefore, we can make a reasonable conclusion to say that in terms of EOT measurement, certain forms are lacking of what. And then if next time people want to do form improvement, we have this data. This is what we call contribution to knowledge.
Mm.
Okay?
Okay.
So third and fourth, are we clear? Can we do this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So 你再跟我搞完搞不，我只能够说 next time you do one subject，然后你把这些东西 clean up, and then you only take RP3 in June. That means 你还是要今年 graduate 是可以的啦，因为 June graduation is September, you know, and then you can graduate 2025.
嗯
So 其实也没有什么差别的啦。
嗯 OK
Right? Because if you take RP3 in February, okay, with your RM, with your wastewater, well, you will still graduate in November.
Yeah.
Okay, but if I don't allow you to take, that means you have to stay in June. That means you still have to register in June and then finish in September. You will still graduate in November. Okay.
Okay.
So now it's a matter of how well do you want to get this done?
Mm.
In your own timing and your own work arrangements and all that, what's not.
Okay.
Right, so please, I want to see something by the third and fourth. I don't want to chase you. You better just email me yourself, okay?
Okay.
Right, huh?
Okay.
Any question?
No.
Right, huh? I will process this recording and then you can go to the right section to listen.
Okay. So.
Right, huh? Right. That's all from me, huh? Okay, huh?
Oh, thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.